What's up, guys? This is Antuan Goodwin with CNET.com, and I'm behind the wheel of the 2013 BMW X1 xDrive 28i. Now that's a mouthful, but I'm not here to talk about the engine or actually the rest of the car. What I want to talk about today is the infotainment system, and specifically the radio preset buttons. Now, before you go rolling your eyes about presets, I know they've been around for about as long as radios have. The preset buttons in this vehicle have some pretty interesting functions that I'd like to show you today. Now, for purposes of today's demonstration, most of what will be happening will be visible on the screen, but off screen I'll be touching these preset buttons down here. They're interesting because they actually have sort of a hover over function that gives you the ability to just sort of touch them without actually depressing them and still have something register up on the screen. It's going to come in handy in just a second. Now, back here on the screen, you can see we've got the map up. We've also got a split screen thing happening here showing us what audio source we're listening to. Right now it happens to be a Sirius XM satellite radio station. But if I just hover over the buttons like I said I would a second ago, you can see at the top of the screen there's a status bar that shows up that shows you what preset is stored underneath that button. So you don't have to go clicking around. You can just kind of hover over, find the preset that you're looking for, hit that button, and you're ready to go. But it doesn't stop there. If I just tap the media button here, I can jump over to the hard drive that's actually stored inside of the BMW's dashboard. And from this menu, I can actually see a couple of playlists of RIP CDs that I've got stored here. Now, if I select this album, for example, and hold down a preset button, I can store that playlist right there with the presets alongside my radio stations. Now, if I'm driving along and I want to hear this album, I just tap the appropriate button and it starts playing. But it doesn't stop there either. Now I've jumped over into the phone menu, and I've selected a contact here, Optimus Prime. He's a really good friend of mine. And if I want to, I can again hold down a preset button and store that phone number under a preset as well. Now, if I'm driving along and decide I want to say something to the leader of the Autobots, I just tap that button and the hands-free calling system automatically starts calling him. It's a really cool way to not have to deal with a long list of contacts if you only really talk to a couple of people. Now I've jumped over into the navigation section again to search for a destination, and we've got this kind of cool knob thing happening here, but you don't want to fiddle around with that while you're driving. So I've taken the liberty of selecting one of my favorite restaurants in the Bay Area, and just like with the radio stations, I can select a preset by hovering my finger over it and then holding down the button to save that destination into the preset button. Now, just like with the radio presets and the music presets and the phone presets, I can find that destination, tap the button, and automatically start routing to the destination.
To the highlighted route.
Now, the beauty of this system is that pretty much anything you see on the screen and would navigate to normally using your voice commands or your rotary controller, you can also use a preset for. Now, if you're the kind of person that just really likes to spend a lot of time looking at the trip computer in your car, you can actually pop back into the menu, select the trip computer option, then save it to a preset. Now, let's say, for example, you're driving around and you just want to get a pretty quick idea of what's going on with your fuel economy. Boom. I'm Antuan Goodwin with CNET.com, and I've been sitting behind the wheel of the 2013 BMW X1 xDrive 28i, showing you how the radio preset buttons work.